Coraine wasn't your typical girl. He scrubbed floors, polished silver, and dreamt of escaping his dreary life. But Coraine wasn't even a she. He was a he, trapped. A cruel fairy's curse disguised him as a girl, a secret he guarded fiercely. His stepmother was a nightmare, all powdered wigs and venomous smiles. His stepsisters, twin gargoyles draped in silk. They called him Cindrella. He hated it.
A ball at the palace, maybe, just maybe, this is my ticket out.
He wouldn't find a prince, of course. His heart yearned for someone else entirely, Lorraine, his sharp-witted, infuriatingly beautiful stepsister. Lorraine was no ordinary noblewoman. Beneath the silks and the haughty demeanour lurked a skilled con artist. Her family's fortune, gambled away by her charming, irresponsible father. Lorraine was playing a long game, aiming to win back their former glory. She saw through Coraine's awkwardness, sensing a kindred spirit. They traded barbs instead of pleasantries, their shared cynicism a strange kind of intimacy. Lorraine even protected Coraine from the worst of their stepmother's wrath.
You're different. The others are like porcelain dolls. You're interesting.
Coraine blushed, his heart pounding like a drum. The night of the ball arrived. Coraine, in a dress salvaged from the attic, watched Lorraine hold court, charming every noble in the room. He felt a pang of longing, sharp and painful. Midnight. The clock chimed. Coraine felt a jolt, a searing pain. He bolted from the ballroom, his breath catching in his throat. The curse. It was breaking. He had until his 16th birthday, until the stroke of midnight, to find true love's kiss. Otherwise, he would remain this, a girl.
I can't tell Lorraine. Not like this. She wouldn't understand. Who could?
Desperate, Coraine fled the palace. He raced through the moonlit streets, tears blurring his vision. He found himself at the edge of the city by the old, abandoned fountain. His reflection in the water was blurry, shifting. The features of a girl were melting away, revealing a boy he barely recognized.
Coraine?
He whirled around. Lorraine. What was she doing here? She had followed him.
What's wrong? What's happening to you?
Coraine couldn't speak. He just shook his head, tears streaming down his face. Lorraine stepped closer, her eyes wide with concern. She cupped his face in her hands, her touch gentle.
It's all right, I'm here.
And then she did the most unexpected thing. She kissed him, softly, tenderly. A kiss that tasted like moonlight and hope. The world exploded in a blinding flash of light. When Coraine opened his eyes, he was no longer Cindrella. He was himself. A boy. Standing before him, her eyes wide with surprise, was Lorraine. She started, then stopped, her gaze sweeping over him. A slow smile spread across her face.
You're a boy.
Coraine nodded, his heart pounding.
The curse. Your kiss.
Lorraine laughed, a bright, joyous sound.
Seems like my talent for spotting a con came in handy. You had me fooled for a while there, Coraine.
He stepped closer, his fear giving way to something else. Something warm and hopeful.
What happens now?
He asked, his voice barely a whisper. Lorraine smiled, her eyes locking onto his.
Now we rewrite our story.
And under the pale light of the moon, the boy who was once a girl and the con artist who was more than met the eye began their happily ever after. Together,